Hey guys, this is David Castellani, and I wanted to share a track that is really special to my heart. When I had the opportunity to try to think of a song that for me really stood out and has helped inspire my own music throughout the years, Quantum by Cal really stuck out. There's obviously a lot of older classic tracks that have been part of my processy, and came out in 2017 on the Alpha EP. So it's not super old, but it's also not brand new. But what it does, it has this really special vibe that I'm really drawn to, and this is something that I see a lot in ETAP's music, which is essentially the thought of delivering an expectation to giving you something that you want to hear and that when you hear sounds familiar and natural, but also does it in a way that is unexpected and completely different. I think that this is kind of a fundamental part of really making interesting music. I think that we all kind of have expectations when we're listening to music. You know, there's so many things within music that we're used to hearing. And when you hear something that sounds like it's something you've heard a million times before, but it's actually really the first time you heard it, I think that's when the best music is being presented to you. Because what's happening is that it's meeting those expectations, but in a way that's completely unique and different. And it's a really complicated thing to do. ETAP does this in a lot of great ways in his music, and specifically in Quantum. At the beginning you have this really ethereal and kind of like very moody pad that comes in, and it's a really beautiful sound, treated really well. And shortly after you get an arpeggiator that comes in, but the arp is in 3, which is pretty different from what you hear usually in dance music. And as the track progresses, the arp is really kind of the main thing that carries the track, keeping it in 3 signatures. So it's really beautiful. And when the kick drum comes in, it kind of catches you off guard because, again, being in 3, it's weird how it fits in all of a sudden. And I don't know if you've kind of experienced this, but it happens to me sometimes when a track, you kind of get into one groove and then another sound comes in, takes over the groove, and kind of flips it on its head a little bit, but still does it in a way that's really, beautiful and you enjoy. And that's kind of what happens with the kick here. Throughout the rest of the track, you get all these like swirly glitches that are moving around, really, resonant filter type, kind of swells, which are really nice and treated really well. And then I think the hi-hats don't even come in until about 3 minutes into the track, which is also a very unexpected and uncommon thing to do, but it really adds a lot to the track. Overall, the track is really simple. There's, the percussion, 3-4 percussion sounds, a couple effects glitchy sounds, and the arps on the pad. So it's very broken down, it's very minimal and simple, but still offers so much. Throughout the many years of me making music, I've always used this as a reference to kind of go back to think about what I want to present in my music and what elements within the music that I appreciate can I include in what I'm doing. And Quantum is definitely one of those references that I always go back to. So ETAP, thanks so much for making a dope track.